Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I am Arjun Chowdhury. Here are the top stories that we're tracking for you on Friday, the 13th of November. Modi, Cameroon attend India-UK CEOs Forum in London. Aung San Suu Kyi's NLD wins majority in Myanmar election. And India observes sibling bond with bhai dooj. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is on a 3-day visit to the United Kingdom, held meetings with top CEOs of the country in a bid to invite foreign investments to India.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Friday attended a roundtable conference with UK CEOs in London where he made his pitch for the Make in India campaign. Earlier on Thursday, the two countries signed a civil nuclear agreement which PM Modi described as a sign of mutual trust.
आज हमने सिविल न्यूक्लियर एग्रीमेंट पर हस्ताक्षर किए हैं। यह हमारे आपसी विश्वास का प्रतीक है और हमने क्लाइमेट चेंज का सामना करने के लिए हमारे दृढ़ संकल्प का परिचय भी दिया है। भारत के ग्लोबल सेंटर फॉर क्लीन एनर्जी पार्टनरशिप में सहयोग पर समझौता हुआ है। इससे वैश्विक न्यूक्लियर इंडस्ट्री में सेफ्टी और सिक्योरिटी और मजबूत होगी।
British Prime Minister David Cameron has tried to cultivate closer ties with India to secure business opportunities in the fast-growing Indian economy.
So today we've discussed how to build a stronger economic partnership, a stronger defence partnership and a stronger global partnership. And let me say a word about each. First, our economic partnership. Britain is the biggest major investor in India, bigger than the USA. British businesses already support nearly 700,000 jobs in India, and India invests more into the UK than it does in the rest of the European Union combined, creating almost 8,000 new jobs here last year alone. And during this visit, British and Indian companies are announcing new collaborations, together worth more than £9 billion.
Cameroon also backed India for permanent membership in the United Nations Security Council. PM Modi is scheduled to address Indian diaspora on Friday evening at the Wembley Stadium.
Pakistan Army Chief General Raheel Sharif might not hold nuclear talks with the United States leadership during his 5-day visit to Washington beginning November 15, say reports.
Pakistan's diplomatic sources have stated that General Sharif will not hold any meeting with US leadership to discuss Islamabad's nuclear arsenal. The visit comes weeks after the trip by Pakistani Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif and is viewed by analysts as a US attempt to deal directly with the country's powerful military, which sets its defense policy. Earlier, during Pakistan Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif's US visit, a potential civil nuclear deal could not be signed between the two countries as US had been persuading Pakistan to sign an agreement that would have mainstreamed Pakistan's nuclear programs while imposing some restrictions on its nuclear capabilities. If materialized, the deal would have enabled Islamabad to join the nuclear supplies group. Pakistan had been pushing to reach a nuclear agreement with the US, much like the India-US civil nuclear deal, which was signed in 2008. However, the country asked global powers not to pressurize it to compromise on its nuclear programs and claimed it was for self-defense. Sources say General Sharif's US visit will give emphasis on the reconciliation process between Afghanistan government and the Taliban and Pakistan's ongoing military operations against militants in northwestern tribal areas.
China has vowed to ensure security of multi-billion-dollar China-Pakistan Economic Corridor or CPEC. The project aims to connect Gwadar Port in southeastern Pakistan to China's northwestern region of Xinjiang via Pakistan-occupied Kashmir.
Vice Chairman of China's Central Military Commission, General Fan Changlong, who visited Pakistan on Thursday, said that China-Pakistan Economic Corridor or CPEC was mutually beneficial for both Pakistan and China and pledged support for the project's security. Once completed, the corridor will provide a network of roads for transport, telecommunications, and energy infrastructure worth $46 billion. The CPEC, granting Beijing control of Gwadar port, faces the Persian Gulf, through which nearly 20% of world's oil trade takes place. General Fan also called on Chief of Army General Raheel Sharif to discuss security-related issues. We look forward to close cooperation with Pakistan to ensure proper management and security of the CPEC, Fan was quoted as saying during his meeting with General Sharif. General Fan is ranked third in the Chinese hierarchy. His visit was the first by a vice chairman of Central Military Commission of China after a gap of 11 years and aimed at strengthening military-to-military relations and bilateral ties. General Fan is also scheduled to visit New Delhi as the Chinese military is keen to expand relations with India.
The Party of Democracy champion Aung San Suu Kyi on Friday officially secured a historic majority in Myanmar's parliament. Suu Kyi's National League for Democracy can now form the country's first truly civilian government in more than half a century.
Myanmar's Election Commission on Friday confirmed that the National League for Democracy has won a historic victory in Myanmar's election. With more than 80% of seats declared, Aung San Suu Kyi's NLD on Friday sailed through the two-thirds majority it needed to rule, claiming 348 parliamentary seats with a number of results yet to be declared. The results bring an end to decades of military-backed rule in Myanmar. But Suu Kyi is barred from the presidency by a junta-drafted constitution that prevents anyone with foreign family members from becoming the nation's president. Suu Kyi's late husband was British. Her children hold British passports. The constitution also guarantees the army a 25% block of seats. But the Nobel laureate stated last week that she would be above the president if her party won the parliamentary election.
Journalists in Pakistan-administered Gilgit-Baltistan are facing a tough time. They are often being victimized by Pakistan's security agencies. A report.
Journalism has become a high-risk job in Gilgit-Baltistan. With no freedom of speech and expression, many journalists have been harassed by Pakistani authorities and security agencies. Even owners of media organizations succumb to government pressure and victimize their own journalists. Job insecurity and non-payment of salaries are the main issues faced by journalists of the occupied region. Journalists who work in tandem with authorities are treated well, but the lives of independent journalists who report Pakistan government's misrule in the region are risky and miserable.
सूबाई हुकूमत भी यहाँ पे कारकुनों की फलाह बहबूद के लिए अभी तक उन्होंने कानून साजी नहीं की है। कोई राइट्स के हवाले से कोई बात अभी तक चल ही नहीं रही है। या जहाँ अगर हम कारकुनों की बात करेंगे तो वहाँ मालिकान ने यहाँ अपने जो इदारे कायम किए हैं वहाँ पर 2000 से लेकर 5000 तक के अपने कारकुनों को रखा हुआ है। वो तनख्वाही में 4-4, 5-5, 6-6 महीनों के बाद जो है ना अदायगी होती है। और वो भी आजकल मज़े की बात ये आ रही है कि इसको मशहूर कर रहे हैं सरकारी इश्तिहारात के साथ। सरकारी इश्तिहार की रिकवरी होगी तो मालिकान कहते हैं कि हम कारकुनों को 2000 और 3000 रुपये की तनख्वाह देंगे, अदरवाइज हम तनख्वाह ही नहीं दे सकते हैं।
Local journalists are denied access to key government meetings. Even they are kept away from covering any Pakistani leader.
बिलखुसूस वज़ीर पाकिस्तान यहाँ पर तशरीफ़ लाते हैं तो गिलगित-बाल्टिस्तान के सहाफ़ियों को उससे भी दूर रखा जाता है। किसी वीआईपी मोमेंट में सहाफ़ियों के साथ शेयरिंग नहीं होती है। मैं एक इस यहाँ की मिसाल दे दूँ, पिछले दिनों खैबर पख्तूनख्वा की पूरी कैबिनेट यहाँ गिलगित तशरीफ़ लाई। 3 दिन गिलगित में रही, इंफॉर्मेशन डिपार्टमेंट खुद उनसे लाइलम रहा और गिलगित-बाल्टिस्तान के सहाफ़ियों को भी उससे लाइलम रखा।
But still there are journalists who are risking their lives and reporting about the ground realities of the region occupied by Pakistan for decades.
Buddhist monks and nuns from India, Nepal and Bhutan pledged to protect the environment while participating in the 6th Koryu conference being held in the northern town of Dharamshala. Here's a report.
Many Buddhist monks and nuns have come together and vowed to protect environment at a 3-day conference in India's northern Dharamshala town. Organized by Aung, a Tibetan charitable trust, the conference is deliberating on environmental protection for Tibetan Buddhist monasteries and nunneries in the Himalayas. Representatives of 55 monasteries and nunneries are attending the conference, which will conclude on Sunday.
Normally monastery, because the monastery education is like mostly on the religious side. So now as per His Holiness 17 Karmapa Ugentile Dooj, his wishes, and he wants to be a monastery, not only for monastery religious side, so on the practical, on the field, to do some environmental issues work and to help for guide for other villagers in nearby monasteries whenever there comes some religious function, so that teach together and combine, go together with environmental issues. So that's the main goal.
The conference will analyze the past 5 years' work and will also discuss a roadmap for the next 5 years.
Actually, we past 5 years we done a lot of work like garbage and rainwater harvesting and solar energy and lots of things like tree plantations and many more. Yes.
This is the 6th annual conference organized by Buddhist monks and nuns on environmental protection. It was first organized in 2009 under the guidance of the 17th Karmapa.
People across India celebrated Bhai Dooj, a festival of siblings. The festival celebrates the special and strong bonding between a brother and sister.
India celebrated Bhai Dooj, a festival of siblings which marks the special bonding between a brother and sister with gaiety and enthusiasm. On this occasion, sisters perform special prayers for their brother's long life and apply vermilion on their forehead. In return, brothers take a vow to protect their sisters and also treat them with gifts and money. According to Hindu mythology, the festival dates back to 3228 BC when Lord Krishna visited his sister Subhadra after killing demon Nargasur. Subhadra then gave a warm welcome to Lord Krishna and offered him sweets and flowers. The occasion is celebrated on the last day of the 5-day-long Diwali or the Festival of Lights.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. Modi, Cameroon attend India-UK CEOs Forum in London. Aung San Suu Kyi's NLD wins majority in Myanmar election. And India observes sibling bond with Bhai Dooj. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time next week. Have a great weekend and good night.